All right, so before we get started, um, I didn't think this kind of situation was going to come up, but we're doing this stream of imperialism as a concept, and now the country that I'm showing is engaging in imperialism in real life in the year of our Lord 2026, which isn't great, and it doesn't feel good to be replicating a sort of facet of international politics that is so destructive and selfish and cruel and disorganized. Because in our series, in theory at least, all 136 teams have agreed to this. And this is kind of the nature of college football anyway. Everybody's going after the same stuff, they're going after the same resources, and they all know that they could lose stuff at any point in time if somebody, steps in and just makes a better offer or takes over things. And in this version, if you win and start taking territory, that's immediately a drawback because somebody else can just take your huge territory with one fell swoop and take you down. And that balance is what makes this so entertaining. It's what makes it so fun when Penn State wins 5 games out east and then gets beaten twice by Buffalo to lose all their territory. But what the United States is doing to Venezuela right now, and Colombia in a couple days, and then Greenland probably, it's not fair because they're basing it all on the fact that nobody can fight back. They're playing as the biggest bully in the room who can just beat up on anybody small around them to take all their stuff so that they can't make money off it. It's why Africa is still so disorganized and poor today, is because Europe and a bunch of other wealthy countries just robbed all of their natural resources and didn't give them any autonomy over the very valuable things that they did control. So even when they gained independence and started forming their own governments, they couldn't form their own self-sustaining economies because all their stuff was promised to wealthier first world countries. It's not a good cycle. It's never good for the people that live in those places. And I don't know. I just wanted to say something, considering that I've been doing a series called Imperialism for the last 2 years, and I had to say something, So I'm very against imperialism in real life, but I sure as hell love it here. Because we are at the top 18. We are getting down to the top 10 today. Ohio State's in a fantastic position, even though they lost in real life. We could see them battle Notre Dame today or Tennessee. 2 very likely games. Arizona State could get back into it. Whole bunch of very interesting stuff. We're going to get started right now. 18 teams left. We're doing a supersized episode, 8 games tonight to get down to our top 10. Let's shuffle and get this thing started. Who will play first in this big episode? Is it Arizona State? Nope. It's going to flip to Georgia at the last second, and we are going back to the Bulldogs. Let's go to the map. Georgia has some territory down the Gulf of Mexico where they could just avoid playing altogether. You've also got Georgia Tech, Missouri, Tennessee, and Florida as the other options for the Bulldogs. I fixed the map so that the arrow can show up in front. So let's spin it and find out where Georgia's going. That is directly south. The question is that Florida or is that the Gulf of Mexico? Let's zoom in and find out here. We're going to put this right on the center, and that just barely avoids Florida, which means that Georgia will not play this time. They are safe for now. So we shuffle, and we go again. Georgia Tech hasn't played since September. And now they finally return. When the wheel demands, you must answer. Georgia Tech does not have any ocean territory, and this is a very consequential arrow spin because they are completely enclosed by 3 SEC powerhouses: Georgia, Tennessee, and Missouri. Who will the Yellow Jackets play? Let's find. Well, let's put it right in the center because we'll know as soon as we do that. Or not. That's most likely Missouri, but I think we have to zoom in order to double check. Let's take a look. Drop that straight into the middle, and that is 100% Missouri. So it's another game for the Tigers who have been playing a lot recently. They beat LSU. They took down Ole Miss recently, which was a crazy game. And now they have to face one of the last great ACC teams remaining in this tournament. Let's get it set up. And of course, it's disconnected. Hold on. The setup for the PS5 is just so delicate right now. But we're connected for now. I just can't put anything down on this table. Like, even that. Even putting my drink down, I'm nervous about it. But let's get this set up regardless. Missouri will be at home. There they are. And on the other side, you've got Georgia Tech with a great offense, not a very good defense. So Missouri's definitely favored here, but it's not a guarantee. I think we'll go Missouri's home uniform. Oh, God. That is a garishly bad away uniform. Their alternate is all gray. It's not great. We're going to go with their home uniform because, yeah, it's classic. It's good. Okay. Here we go. We return once again to the great state of Missouri. I got to get these rosters up and ready to go. Or actually, I'll wait until we know that we actually have to watch this game because Missouri could just run away with this one. Banging the big drum as the Tigers run out. It's Ahmad Hardy. It's Bo Pribula. It's Marquise Johnson. Zion Young. A whole bunch of very talented players taking on Haynes King and the indefatigable Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, who had a bad ending to the season but had a fantastic start. These guys never know when to quit, and they should give Missouri a hell of a battle here in our first game of the top 18. Georgia Tech will kick off. Missouri will start with the ball, and we are underway. Return past the 15, up to the 20. It's a good return past the 25, up to the 31. Beautiful return there by number 0 for Missouri. There we go. Ahmad Hardy, yeah, 95 overall running back. That is such an important weapon to have in the late stages of Imperialism. When you don't necessarily have the line advantage, you have the running back advantage. It's going to be an RPO outside at number 3, and he is taken down. It's Kevin Coleman Jr. Taken down by Clayton Powell Lee, and we will go to Super Sim. Can Georgia Tech hang on in this battle against Missouri? Let's find out together. Missouri takes the lead. Georgia Tech answers. Missouri answers. Georgia Tech cannot answer back. It's 17-7, and that should just about, 28-7. This game is over. Missouri just lowering the boom. Georgia Tech gets one late touchdown, 38-14. That is your final. The Missouri Tigers have won another game, and that's not... Hold on now. Where's my other... Did I X out of the other Chrome tab? No, I did not. We'll look at the map in 1 second. I just got to double check to see if Missouri just earned an extra life. And they did not. That's their 4th win of the tournament, but let's go to the map. SEC starting to show their strength at the very end of this tournament. Second, there we go. And Georgia Tech, you got one win over a group of 5 team very early on. You've just been waiting there for a good opponent, and a good opponent you found, and they showed you up. Bye-bye. Oh, my God, there it goes again. Stupid. Hold on. I leaned on my laptop. That's what I did in order to disconnect that. And there it is. Okay. Popping up there. Let's see if we can make the logo any bigger now. I think we can. Because we can drop it here. And then lower it a little bit more. Oopsie. Nope. Yeah, it's about as big as we can go for Missouri. But they just keep on expanding. They got a little swath of Georgia under their control now as we go to the wheel. And we knock off Georgia Tech. Let's go to stats. And I forgot to update the lights. Let me get the controls out now so I don't forget later. There we go. Missouri. There's the Missouri lights, and let's take a look here. You got Bo Prabula, 245 yards and a touchdown. He played great. Haynes King did decently, but not enough. Rushing attack, Haynes King had 18 carries for 23 yards. Jamal Haynes, 15 for 62 and a touchdown. It's a pretty good day for him. Here are the longs as we go to Missouri. Ahmad Hardy did what he had to do, 16 carries, 70 yards, and 3 touchdowns. There are the longs of the day for those players. We go to receiving now. Ahmad Hardy also had 6 catches for 70 yards. Huge day for him. Joshua Manning, 4 for 78. Kevin Coleman Jr., 3 for 34. Marquise Johnson, 2 for 41. Jamal Roberts, 1 for 5. Brett Norfleet, 1 for 17. We go to Georgia Tech. Jamal Haynes, 6 catches for 55 yards. This is receiving, right? So many passes to the running backs in this game. Eric Rivers, 4 for 16. Malik Rutherford, 4 for 34. Isaiah Canyon, 3 for 35. Bailey Stockton, 1 for 6. Malachi Hosley, 1 for 4. Brett Seether, 1 for 15. We go to the defense. Only 2 TFLs for Georgia Tech. Huge reason why they lost. Melvin Jordan, the 4th, and Kyle Efford get those. No interceptions. Jai Gilmore and Kyle Efford with the pass breakups. No forced fumbles. No blocks. No safeties. No touchdowns. We go back to a proper SEC defense. How'd they do? Sterling Webb, 4 TFLs, 3 sacks. 1-1 for Chris McClellan. 1-0 for Josiah Trotter. No picks. Jalen Catalan with 2 pass breakups. Caleb Flagg with 1. Marvin Burks Jr. with 1. Khalil Jacobs also with 1. No forced fumbles. No blocks. No safeties. No touchdowns. We go to kicking. Blake Craig, huge day. 12 points on the night. And Georgia Tech, Aiden Burr, sir, got 2 extra points. And my Baltimore accent shows up the most with O's and Oo's. Those are where they really show up. And the reason I mention it is because John Harbaugh has been fired. As much as I love the guy, it was time for him to go. And now he's going to go and get a new head coaching position in the next 3 days. I wish him the best of luck, just not in Baltimore. Okay, anyway, we're going back to the wheel. 17 teams remain. Let's shuffle and keep this going. Who's going next? Is it Miami again? No. we are finally returning to Iowa. Very happy the wheel is featuring a lot of these smaller territories that haven't played in a while, because it just creates more chaos. It allows for like the bigger players to play in home games and get that advantage. So here we go. Iowa has Notre Dame, Illinois, Missouri again, or Arizona State. Very important arrow spin right here that could decide a lot of things going forward. We're going to put this right on the center of Iowa's territory. We're going to press spin. Where are they going? That is straight up, and unless there's any Illinois territory here, there is not. It's Iowa versus Notre Dame. And if Notre Dame wins this game, they will get an extra life before their possible battle with Ohio State. That would be huge for them. Let's get it set up. So it's going to be Notre Dame on the right side. There they are. On the other side, you got the Iowa Hawkeyes. This should be a very fun game. Mainly because of Iowa's defense, which is not as highly rated as it usually is in college football. Notre Dame, very good team, fantastic running back, fantastic defense. They certainly have the advantage here, but we don't know. And we're going to give them the luck of the Irish here. We're going to give them their green uniforms. And I think we'll play Iowa in... We'll go with their black and yellow to make it classic. There we go. All right. Big Ten versus the last independent team remaining in this tournament. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish, who were left out of the college football playoff in favor of Miami, who's still kicking it in the semifinals. So the committee ended up making the right choice there. They're running out here in their green Irish look. But they're facing off against a very talented opponent who already has 2 wins of their own in the Iowa Hawkeyes. Marcus Freeman, who has committed to this Notre Dame program, despite some interest from NFL squads. Although if the Ravens come calling, you know, that job wasn't available when you said you were staying, Marcus. That's all I'm bringing up. I would love to see him coach the purple and black. There's Touchdown Jesus, getting ready to bless this Notre Dame roster. Because if they win, they'll be able to rise from the dead. Is that sacrilegious? I don't know. There goes the kick. I will just take the knee right there. That's Caden Weegan. As Mark Gronowski gets ready to lead the Hawkeyes out in this hugely consequential game in the Midwest. Eli Raritan, Notre Dame's fantastic tight end, who's had a bunch of crazy catches in this tournament. Here we go. 1st and 10 for Iowa. Gronowski hands it off to the running back, and he is taken down to Kamari Moulton, who gets dropped by Kingston Viliamu-Usa as we go to Super Sim. Notre Dame can't take an early lead. In fact, Iowa's gone up 3-0. Notre Dame answers 7-3. Iowa trying to put a touchdown drive together. They can't. Notre Dame holding them down. Hold on, and 14-3. I think that might be it. 17-3, and Notre Dame took control at the very, very end to make it a multiple possession game, and they knock out Iowa in a low-scoring fashion, 17-3. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish have their first ever extra life in Imperialism. And because of the uniforms, let's get a special little color thing up here for Notre Dame. There we go. The luck of the Irish, baby. Let's go to the map. Well, the color doesn't change much for Iowa, but they're about to lose their logo. It was a long run. They got 2 wins, one against the Big Ten team. Or no, they didn't get any wins against the Big Yeah, they beat Northwest or Northern Illinois. Never mind. So they beat Iowa State. That's something. But now their run is over. Bye bye. Let's make this a little bigger. Go. Okay. And we can definitely make Notre Dame's logo significantly larger. Now look at that. Mimi, big boy. Let's zoom in a little bit more and see if we can optimize this. Can't really go any bigger that way, but I think we can extend down here. Yeah, it's about as big as we can go for now. Notre Dame with a huge territory. Oh, we got to add one more thing. 1 second. There we go. And let's put it right here in the great state of Michigan. Because they know who's attacking. They know who's going to be going after that extra life. It's going to be Ohio State, if we're being honest. Let's go to the wheel. Knock Iowa off of it. And now let's go to stats. CJ Carr, 19 of 35, 212 and a touchdown. Mark Gronowski had 127 passing yards and 2 back-breaking interceptions for the Hawkeyes. We go to the running game. Gronowski with 20 yards. Kamari Bolton with 52. Neither one really showing up in a major way. There's the longs. We go back to Notre Dame. Jeremiah Love, 95 yards on 7 carries. 72 yards after contact, 1 touchdown. His long was 39. Huge game for him. We go to receiving. Jordan Faison, 7 for 65. Malachi Fields, 4 for 44. Eli Raridan, 4 for 29. Will Pauling, 1 for 29. Jaden Greathouse, 1 for 29 and a tutty. Cooper Flanagan, 1 for 8. Jeremiah Love, 1 for 8. We go to Iowa. Kamari Moulton, 4 for 32. Jajian Patterson, 3 for 12. Jacob Gill, 3 for 30. Caden Weegan, 2 for 39. Addison Estrenga, 2 for 5. Mason Woods, 1 for 6. Hayden Large, 1 for 3. We go to Iowa's vaunted defense. Aaron Graves, another huge game. Two TFLs, 2 sacks. Max Llewellyn, 1 TFL. Ethan Herquette with 1. He also got hurt. Jaden Montgomery, Kane Entringer, and Jaden Harrell with 1 pass breakup each. No forced fumbles. No blocks, no safeties, and no touchdowns. We go to Notre Dame's defense. Jordan Botelho, 2 TFLs and 1 sack. Donovan Heinisch goes 2-1 as well. Christian Gray and Leonard Moore get the interceptions. A pass breakup as well for Christian Gray. The other one going to Drake Bowen, who also forced a fumble in this game. Leonard Moore also forced a fumble. Only one of them was recovered by Drake Bowen. He returned it for 8 yards. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to kicking. Noah Burnett made 2 extra points, 1 field goal. It's a 5-point game for him. And Iowa's kicker made 1 field goal. It's Drew Stevens. And that is it for stats. So we return to the wheel with 16 teams remaining. It's the Sweet 16, baby. Let's shuffle and keep this going. Those sections of the wheel are getting huge now. You have about a 6% chance of getting landed on, and Tennessee just drew that 6%. They played twice last episode. They quickly become the evil stepmother of this tournament in that they're just, crushing the dreams of Cinderellas. They beat James Madison. They beat Miami of Ohio in one of the biggest, choke jobs you will ever see in Imperialism. If you want to check out last episode, it's right there. But they've got Ohio State. They've got Georgia, Missouri, they can't really hit Ball State. So it's 4 options, or they just go straight into the Atlantic and avoid playing altogether. They have earned their ocean territory. Now let's see if they can use it. That's going to be up. They will play somebody. Who is this going to be? Is that Missouri? Looks like it's probably Missouri. We're going to have to be careful with how we center this. Yeah, it's definitely Missouri. So the Tigers want to play again, and now they are battling for an extra life, and Tennessee might be as well. Because Tennessee beat somebody. They beat Clemson, too. Let's double check that. This might be an Imperialism first. And yes, it is. Oh my goodness. I believe this is the first time we have ever had 2 teams who have played 4 times play each other for the right to an extra life. This is a very, very consequential game. Let's get the lighting right, and let's get this thing set up. It's an SEC battle on the edge of the top 15. Tennessee versus Missouri. There they are. And on the other side, I went the wrong way. There's Tennessee. This should be a very, very fun game. We'll go with that for their home uniform. And Tennessee, we can't go dark mode, but we can go with their classic home uniform. And let's just make sure it didn't switch Missouri's uniform on me. It did not. Okay. Here we go. We're definitely going to need the rosters here. Tennessee. There we go. This is for bragging rights for a very, very long time. One of these teams is going to be able to secure an all-important extra life. Missouri was able to get one last year, amassing a huge territory before losing it to Texas very late on. They would love an extra life going into some battles with Georgia or Ohio State or Notre Dame that could all be in their very near future. Meanwhile, Tennessee has been destroying the dreams of everybody in this tournament. Can they end another dream tonight by taking out Missouri in their home stadium? These are 2 teams who never really had a true shot at the college football playoff. They missed their shot at a national championship, but they could seriously contend for an Imperialism champion if they win this game. Here we go. Missouri takes the opening kickoff, not too far, only to the 19-yard line. And trying to scooch this up a little bit. There we go. Chris Brazell, fantastic receiver. Kevin Coleman is also very, very skilled. Prabula lining up on 1st and 10. He drops back. He's going to throw. Short caught outside. Number 3, it's Kevin Coleman making the catch. And getting a first down for Missouri. We might have to watch that replay before we do anything else. Nope, we can go Super Sim. So let's see if this game will stay close. 3-0 Tennessee. Missouri makes it 3-3. 10-3 now Tennessee. They're trying to pull away. 13-3. Missouri's in trouble. We go to the 4th quarter. It's 23. Missouri can't keep it close. This is the end of this ball game. It's 20-10. That's going to be how it ends. Tennessee has gone into Missouri and taken their territory to suddenly become one of the largest territories on the map. And they have an extra life to defend it with. Let's go to the map. This is going to be a short episode, y'all. There we go. Missouri. Let's see. You were so close to an extra life, but you got bodied by a better school. That was kind of the story of your season, wasn't it? Bye-bye. Go here. We do that. We can make this way larger. Let's pop it over here. All that. Zoom out a little bit because now we got to figure out where Tennessee's logo is the biggest. We're going to start over here in this corner and just go big logo go we can do that. And then pop it down here. That seems like it's where it can go the biggest. Because it can't go there. It can't go down. Yeah, that sounds about right. So Tennessee, as we hit the top 15, they might... Let's compare it between Tennessee and Arizona State. I think Arizona State still takes the largest territory just barely. But something tells me we might have to decide between them very soon because look at how much border they share between the two of them. Oh, wait. One more thing. Gotta copy this. Take another extra life right down here. Suddenly, Notre Dame and Tennessee both with extra lives. There we go. Now we go to the wheel. First thing I'm going to do is update Notre Dame's. And then we got to update Tennessee's. And then Missouri gets bounced as we go to the top 15. And let's go to stats. 20-10 was the final. Bo Prabula, 13-24, 158 yards, 1 touchdown and a pick. Joey Aguilar only had to complete 8 passes. He had an interception. It didn't matter because Deshaun Bishop went for 28 carries for 92 yards and a touchdown. Aguilar also added a rushing touchdown himself. Star Thomas complimented them both, 5 carries for 21 yards. There's the longs. Ahmad Hardy had, he had 40 yards on 1 carry. The rest of the game, he went 9 carries for 11 yards. Tennessee completely shut him down. Bo Prabula didn't do much better. We go to the receiving threats. Ahmad Hardy, 6 for 72. Brett Norfleet, 3 for 29 and a tutty. Joshua Manning, 2 for 24. Marquise Johnson, 1 for 19. Kevin Coleman Jr., 1 for 14. Tennessee, Chris Brazzell, 4 for 42. Mike Matthews, 2 for 21. Braylon Staley, 1 for 26. Deshaun Bishop, 1 for 13. We go to the defensive stats. Dominic Bailey, 2 TFLs. Jackson Moy goes 2-1. Jeremiah Talander with 1 TFL. Jamon McCoy, 1 TFL, 1 pass breakup. David Hobbs with 1. Bryson Eason, 1-1. The interceptions, Andre Turrentine gets the pick for Tennessee. Arion Carter with 2 pass breakups and a forced fumble. Edris Farouk adds a pass breakup as well. 2 forced fumbles, 1 by Mike Matthews, the wide receiver. I'm not sure where he forced that. But they were both recovered. Both of them had return yards. No blocks, no safeties, and neither one was for a touchdown. Okay. Good to know. We go back to Missouri. Josiah Trotter with 2 TFLs and half a sack. Sterling Webb with 2 TFLs. 1-1 for Damon Wilson. 1.5 a sack for Zion Young. Stephen Hall with 1 TFL. The interception goes to Dalen Carnell. Stephen Hall with the pass breakup. No forced fumbles. No blocks. No safeties. No touchdowns. So we go to the kicking game. Blake Craig had 1 made field goal, 1 made extra point. Max Gilbert went 2 of 3 and got 2 extra points. 8-point game for him. That ended up being mostly the difference for the Volunteers. As we return to the main menu. There we go. So here's the wheel. 15 teams are left. Already gone through 3 games this episode, going super fast. Let's shuffle and get this going again. Gonna narrow it down to the top 14 here, unless, of course, it's one of the teams with extra lives, and it could be because Ball State will play. It was between one of those 2 max squads. Ball State's bordering Illinois, Notre Dame, and Tennessee. Could Tennessee have to play twice in a row here and immediately defend their extra life? Let's spin that arrow and find out. That's going to be straight down, and I believe that's Illinois. We'll take a look. Ah, shoot. Gotta zoom in a little bit more. There we go, and that is Illinois. 100%. So, the Cardinals will take on the Fighting Illini in what will probably be another game that we completely skip. Or this is the one that stays close. Who knows? Let's get it set up. Okay, let's get the lighting set up for Illinois here. Yeah, I think it's just going to be this. There we go. Oh, wait, no, I have a better one. There we go. And it's going to be Ball State on the road and Illinois at home. Fighting Illini, let's see if they have any fun uniforms for us to use. The alternate is all orange. The throwback, I love this throwback, but I think we've used it twice already. So I think we're just going to go with their classic home uniform. Meanwhile, Ball State, is that red and white? It's red and white. That's what we're going to do. There we go. Pop that to there. Let's get it set up. All right, it's game 4 of this special 8-game episode as we get closer and closer to the top 10. Illinois eliminated Indiana in the 3rd game of this season in what, in hindsight, is a shocking upset considering how good Indiana is. And now they will have to defend their territory against another MAC school. And here we go. Illinois will receive the ball first. Ball State's going to kick it off. They're going to try and avenge their conference mate in Miami of Ohio, who nearly pulled off a huge upset but fell just short. We'll see if they can pull off the upset against a suspect but very formidable Illinois team. Comes their team, J.C. Davis and Gabe Jackas, 2 of the most talented players in the Illinois roster. We'll see if either of them has a major impact on this contest. I forgot Illinois' quarterback's name, and I'm not going to learn it unless we have to. He drops back, throws short, going to be caught for about 2 yards there, or 5. We'll give him 5. It's a weird spot. 2nd and 5 for Illinois as we go to Super Sim. We're rolling quickly. Will we keep moving fast? Illinois does not take the lead, but now they do. It's 7-0. Ball State can't respond. Illinois trying to make it 14-0. They don't. It's 10-0. Second half now, 17-0, and that is essentially your ball game. 20-0. Ball State can't do anything. It's 27-0. They still can't do anything. 34-0 is your final, and that is our 4th consecutive game where we didn't watch a single play after the opening. Illinois gets a very easy victory, 34-0. We're getting all the blowouts out of the way before the top 10. I kind of love to see it as we go to the map. There we go. Ball State, you got to win. your first ever, but that's the end for you. Bye-bye. Just going to pop that. And that. I don't think that we can make Illinois' logo any bigger here with that new territory. We cannot. So we're just going to keep it right there. We've got this orange on orange setting up here between Illinois and Tennessee. I'm just going to double check to make sure they haven't won 5 games. I sincerely doubt it. That's Illinois' 3rd victory of the tournament. So we go to the wheel. We knock Ball State off of it. We're down to 14 teams. And we go to stats. Luke Altmaier, that's his name, 23 of 37 for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. He said, oh, you don't want to know my name? You'll learn my name. Cal Kelly, 7 for 22, 89 yards, no scores. He did nothing, essentially. He was also close to being the game's leading rusher. Qua Ashley, 9 carries for 16 yards. Neither one of them is really worth bringing up. We go to Illinois. Aiden Laffrey, 25 carries for 69 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also fumbled it twice, but broke 2 tackles. Khalil Valentine, the other running back there. We go to receiving for Illinois. Hudson Clement, 8 catches, 119 yards and a touchdown. Colin Dixon, 5 for 48 and a tutty. Tanner Arkin, 5 for 67. Hank Beatty, 2 for 40. Aiden Laffrey, 2 for 11. Cole Rusk, 1 for 15. We go back to Ball State. Jamarian McDougal, 2 for 28. Kyan Magwood, 2 for 41. Donovan Hamilton, 1 for 13. Maximus Webster, 1 for 5. Qua Ashley, 1 for 2. We go to Ball State's defense. Darren Conley had 3 TFLs, but it wasn't enough. Roman Pearson with 1. Mahim McCargo with 1. Joey Stemler with 1. Drew Hughes 1-1 with a forced fumble. And Amir Glenn with 1. Lots of TFLs, but didn't really impact anything. No picks for Ball State. They get 1 pass breakup from Joey Stemler. 2 forced fumbles, 1 from Jodrick Lewis, 1 from Drew Hughes. Neither was recovered. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to the Fighting Illini. Kurt Neal with 1 TFL. Gabe Jackas 1-1. Tomiwa Dorojaye with 1. No interceptions. Torrey Cox Jr. and Xavier Scott both with pass breakups. Miles Scott and Grant Bierman both with forced fumbles. 1 recovery by Grant Bierman. He returned over 2 yards. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to the kicking game. David Alano with a 10-point performance, making every single kick. Carson Holmer did absolutely nothing. As we go back to the main menu once again. 14 teams left. Another MAC team is gone. I believe Kent State is now back-to-back MAC champions, so congratulations to them. Let's shuffle and get this thing going once again. It's not going to be Kent State, but it will be Georgia. They've already skipped once tonight, but the wheel really wants them to play, and I do too. They've got either Tennessee or Florida. Their options are running thin as we speak. Let's pull up the arrow and see if the Bulldogs are forced to play this time. And they are. Tennessee is going to have to play another game on this episode, and it's going to be a very difficult one. It's the SEC champions against one of the strongest teams we've seen so far in Imperialism, who just know how to win in the clutch, and now they're starting to learn how to run away with games. Let's get this one set up. Another big-time SEC battle. Let's get the lighting right. There we go. It's Tennessee again, going up against Georgia. Tennessee will wear their home uniform, and Georgia will also go home. It's going to be red versus orange. Gonna do that. There we go. question is, are we going to skip this one too? Is Georgia going to make quick work of Tennessee? Or can we actually watch a game for once? Georgia is truly one of the strongest teams in college football history, even though they did lose last week to Ole Miss. Got so many incredibly talented players. They've won a couple games already. And now they go up against a Tennessee school with an extra life. So this is not the end for Tennessee if they lose. But they want to become the first team to win an extra life and then actually get to a 6th victory with the extra life intact. We haven't seen it yet, but it could happen right now. They do have home field advantage. All right. There goes the kick. The Volunteers and Joey Aguilar will start with the football, returning it to the 5, 10, 15, to the 20, and not even to the 20. Well, they do give him the 20, but that's besides the point. Williams loving that tackle. Georgia won the last meeting because, of course, they did. We'll see if Tennessee can do anything significant with this opening play. Just going to double check. And this is not for an extra life for Georgia. They've only won 3 games so far. Aguilar drops back, throws short, going to be caught for about 8 yards. So it's a good play for Tennessee. We'll see if they can ride that momentum to an opening drive touchdown or if Georgia completely stops them in their tracks. Can Tennessee keep it close? Let's find out. They can. It's 7-0. Georgia needs to respond. They do. It's 7-7. Tennessee gets a field goal. Georgia responds with a touchdown. It's 14-10. Tennessee gets another field goal. 19-14. It's another 19-14 game, and we are going to have to stop right there. We got to pull up the rosters, folks. Give me 1 second to do that. There's Tennessee. And on the other side, it's Georgia. Here we go. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. They are down by 5 with 4 minutes to go. This is the first action we've watched all stream. We're 47 minutes in. Stockton in the gun with 3 wide receivers to the left. Oscar Delp is one of them. Let's see where they go. Delp throws, Stockton throws short. That's going to be, I believe it might be Zachariah Branch making the catch for Georgia. It'll make for 3rd and 3. Tennessee's defense has been clutch so far today. They need another massive stop here to try and get the ball back and run out the clock for good, to eliminate Georgia and probably officially secure the largest territory on the map. Stockton throws short on 3rd and 3. That pass is caught and out of bounds. It's Zachariah Branch once again, giving Georgia a first down in the red zone. So they get set up with 3:37 to play. Stockton throws a quick screen outside to Branch, and he is decked on the outside. Only a 1-yard pickup there for Georgia. They're trying to force feed him a little bit. They're like, hey, this guy's just declared for the NFL draft. He's a very talented player. Let's let him cook. And he burnt it there. Stockton in the shotgun. It's a bunch formation to the right. Zachariah Branch is the middle receiver. He will not go to Branch's wide open number 5. Touchdown, Georgia. Is this another 22-19 score? I think it's going to be if they go for 2. That's Noah Thomas making the catch for Georgia. And they are very intent on eliminating Tennessee's extra life as soon as they get it. They cannot let somebody else win the SEC. This has to be Georgia's. That's exactly what they want. So here comes the extra point attempt. It's going to be, nope, they're going for 2, as I predicted. Stockton in the gun. He's going to fake the handoff, run it himself, and he's got the open lane, and Georgia converts. It's 22-19 once again. We have seen so many games with this exact score. The scriptwriter in this software must really love that kind of scenario. There goes the kick. We were returned by Tennessee. Suddenly the pressure is on Joey Aguilar and the Volunteers. They've been in this situation before. They were here against Miami of Ohio and almost lost in that scenario, but they were able to make it out. Press coverage at the top of your screen. Aguilar fakes the handoff, throws deep, wide open and caught. Chris Brazzell, 40, 35-30, 25-20. Will he be taken down? Yes, he will. It's a crazy effort by number 1. That's Ellis Robinson the fourth, who's able to track Chris Brazzell down, but it is a huge gain on first down. Press coverage backfires. Brazzell sprints past everybody and gets them all the way down to the 8-yard line. The only worry is that you're scoring too fast for Tennessee. Trust me, I'm a Ravens fan. I know what that looks like. Aguilar hands it off to, I believe that's Deshaun Bishop, and he gets stuffed. Once again, it's Ellis Robinson the fourth making the tackle. He's playing as a one-man defense right now for Georgia with 2:19 to go. Tennessee is happy to let the clock run a little bit, but second and goal from the 11 is not a great situation to be in. They love these ultra-wide formations. Aguilar throws short. It's going to be caught by number 81, I believe. It's their tight end. No, it's Miles Kitzelman with the catch for Tennessee as we hit the 2-minute timeout. Third and goal from the 8. A field goal does tie it, but they want more. Tennessee is hungry for more. Aguilar lines everybody up. He's calling on defenders. He's pointing out the mic. All-out blitz from Georgia. Aguilar throws to the end zone in the corner. It is knocked away. And guess who? It's Ellis Robinson the fourth with a pass breakup. He's got 2 tackles and a PBU on this drive. He has single-handedly stopped Tennessee from scoring a touchdown here. And now the question is, do you go for the field goal? They will. It's number 90. It's Max Gilbert on the kick for Tennessee. Snap, hold, kick is good. And we are tied at 22, but they have given Georgia so much time to work with. Good kick, center of the field. Nice and easy for Max Gilbert. Stockton sets up in the shotgun. Game is tied, and Georgia suddenly behind the 8 ball. Can they respond? Stockton throws deep. It's a beautiful floater pass, and Noah Thomas makes the easy pitch and catch for a massive first down for Georgia. Up to the 45-yard line already. They're about 17 yards away from field goal range, and they are more than happy to let the clock run. 1:38 to go. Stockton in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They might run the ball here. They will not. Stockton wants to go deep again. Throws. Sideline. That is caught by Noah Thomas once again up to the 42. Only 5 yards left for Georgia. And then Tennessee has to start worrying about calling timeouts. Honestly, I would start calling them now. Bet all your chips on this set of downs while Georgia's still technically outside field goal range. Stockton in the gun. They send Delp in motion. 4-man rush. They're going to hand it off to number 3, and he breaks it open to the 30, down to the 26, and now Tennessee will call the timeouts. They're not going to have much time left if they're able to make a stop. I mean, you might want to let them score on this play. Gives you a better option. Stockton fakes the handoff, goes reverse on the outside of Dylan Bell. What are you doing? The reverse backfires immensely. They lose 6 yards and push the field goal back to a 50-yarder. So Stockton sets everything up again. That is a catastrophic play call for Georgia. He fakes the handoff, floats it deep for the touchdown. The pass is caught. And there it is. Tennessee will keep a timeout. And they'll have over a minute left on the clock. Noah Thomas makes the catch to give Georgia the lead, but Tennessee is going to have a fantastic opportunity here. They've already shown they can score a touchdown with basically no resources to work with against Miami of Ohio. Sure, Georgia's defense is better, but they've already had one deep ball against this Georgia defense. We'll see if they can get another to quickly push their way down the field here at a packed Neyland Stadium. Here's the extra point attempt from Peyton Woodring. The kick is up, and it is good. 29-22 is your score. And Tennessee once again finds themselves needing a touchdown with just barely a minute to work with. This time they have a timeout, though, so they have a little bit of a luxury. They will return the kick. Not sure why they're doing that. Whoa, that's why! That's why! The 40 all the way down to the 42-yard line. Tennessee just loves these situations. Joey Aguilar lines everybody up in the ultra-wide formation. They only have to go 58 yards in 68 seconds. Aguilar takes the snap, throws deep. That pass is caught, but they will not get the first down, so that'll knock 15 seconds off the clock. Huge tackle there by Georgia's defender. If that was Ellis Robinson IV again, I'm going to be so impressed. We'll have to check the replay later. 50 seconds left. They got to go 48 yards in 48 seconds. Aguilar lines up everybody. He takes the snap, wants to go deep. He does. The pass is dropped. Number 4, KJ Bolden makes a fantastic play on the ball, forcing 3rd and inches now for Tennessee. And honestly, you might want to go for something like 10 or 15 yards downfield. You'll probably have some open pockets, especially with Tennessee's ultra-wide formations. Here we go. Georgia bringing an all-out blitz. Everybody up on the line. He hands it off. Beautiful play out to the middle. 40 down to the 36. They're going to call their timeout, and now the pressure is on. You cannot throw a pass behind the first down marker because you're going to lose all your time. They go diamond formation to the left. Aguilar with 36 seconds. He drops back, waits, throws short. Going to be caught. Can he get to the first down? No. Oh, boy. It's 2nd and 1, and they're only going to have about 10 seconds left by the time we start this thing. Let's see if I can shift the numbers a little bit here. I can't. I screwed it up. 16 seconds to go. Aguilar lining everybody up. 10 seconds. Aguilar's got to float it to the end zone right now. He's just going to throw it out of bounds to save the play. 3rd and 1. This is probably the last chance for Tennessee. Except it's not because they have an extra life. But can they get a tying play for Georgia, knock out their biggest opposition in the tournament, and maintain their extra life for a possible battle with Ohio State? This is the most consequential play of the tournament so far. Let's see if they can pull it off. Aguilar waits, throws to the end zone on the last play. It is caught for a touchdown! The Hail Mary works to perfection. It's number 4 making the catch. That's Mike Matthews in the back of the end zone with 3 seconds to go. Oh my God. Quite possibly the most clutch play in Imperialism history. And that's a straight catch. That wasn't tipped at all. Tennessee with an impossible drive. Folks, they've done it again. Just like against Ball State, they have scored on the last play, on their last opportunity. And now they're going for the extra point. Max Gilbert to send this game to overtime, and Georgia will ice the kicker on an extra point. That is a crazy strat. Here we go. Max Gilbert. Snap, hold, kick is good. And we are tied at 29. Folks, this one has turned into an instant classic of powerhouses. It's looking like Michigan, Texas last year, which had over 100 combined points. They're going to try the kickoff. He spins, can't get any further, and we are going to the Cheez-It overtime. And now I wish I did stop by a bodega before this. I wish I had bought some Cheez-Its. I could have pulled him out. I could have explained all the rules. There's the Cheez-It crunch time. I don't need to explain them. You guys know how overtime works. You're not new to football, I assume, if you're watching this. Shaking hands. Here comes the coin toss. And Georgia wins the toss, which means they will start on defense and send Mr. Clutch himself, Joey Aguilar, right back out. Deep ball. Immediately on first down, it's Mike Matthews again. Big play. Joey Aguilar, 319 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. He's been nothing short of phenomenal when his team has needed him the most. 2 huge drives against a defense with a rating above 90. That is beyond impressive. 1st and 10, or goal. Aguilar throws outside, and that's going to go into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown to start overtime. It's Miles Kitzelman making the play happen. And yeah, you go back to regulation, Georgia scored too fast. It must be said. Because now Tennessee has life. They have the lead. Georgia does get a chance to score here, but my God, these balls look strong. And Georgia does not have an extra life. They don't have that luxury. If they lose here, their hopes of winning their first ever Imperialism tournament are dead. And wouldn't I love that? So here's Max Gilbert. Snap, hold, kick is good. 36-29 now, as Georgia will get the ball. They're playing Rocky Top in Neyland. Let's see if I can sing this thing. Here we go. For Rocky Top! No, I'm not going to go for it. It's fine. But I love that they have the fans singing it. There's a deep ball. It's going to go to the end zone. That pass is knocked away by number 15 for Tennessee. That's Idris Farouk with the quality pass breakup. He'll be 2nd and 10 now. Georgia needs to convert here to keep their season alive. Stockton with Miles Frazier next to him. Or Nate Frazier, sorry. He sends Delp in motion. Takes the snap. Throws to the end zone. That pass is tipped and incomplete. He was looking for Noah Thomas in the end zone and couldn't get it there. It's 3rd and 10 now. The Tennessee fans are loving it. I'm not loving the camera angle, but I don't think I get a choice with that. 3rd and 10. Stockton lines everybody up. Bunch formation to the left. He's going to take the snap. All out blitz. He throws short. Going to be caught by Oscar Delp. It's a first down for Georgia, and we're not dead yet. It'll be 1st and goal from the 6 for the Bulldogs. Oscar Delp, the big, physical, veteran tight end, with a clutch play there to keep the Bulldogs season alive. And of course, if Tennessee loses this game, we're getting at least 9 games in this episode. Stockton drops back, throws to the end zone. That pass is caught. It's Zachariah Branch going into the end zone for a Georgia touchdown, and an extra point will give them the lead, or will tie the game and send it to double overtime. This has been such a good game. I think it's the first successful Hail Mary in Imperialism history. We finally got one. It took well over 200 games to get there. And if you count the kickoff invitational and the marathon from last year, it's like over 600 games we've played where we haven't had a Hail Mary. That rate seems about right. So we go to double overtime. Now 2-point conversions are required if you score a touchdown, just to remind anyone who has just tuned in. Georgia will start with the ball. Gunnar Stockton lines everybody up at the 25-yard line. Branch goes outside. He fakes the handoff. Wants to go deep. He's going to throw off his back foot. What an incredible throw and catch. Oscar Delp just falls in front of 2 defenders who are waiting to make a game-winning interception. Makes a tough catch to get another Georgia first down right at the 15-yard line. Stockton lines everybody up. The winner of this game, well, the scenarios are different. I'll explain it in a second. Stockton hands off to Frazier. His first carry of overtime goes for 4 yards. So if Georgia wins, they will knock away Tennessee's extra life and earn, I believe, their 4th victory of the tournament. If Tennessee wins, they will eliminate the SEC champions and earn their 6th victory of the tournament, giving them the largest territory on the map with only 13 teams left. Stockton drops back on 2nd and 6. Going to throw off his back foot again. It's going to be caught by Branch for a first down, but he doesn't get any further than that. It'll be 1st and goal from the 3 for Georgia. Their fans are loving it. These fans look a lot more hospitable than the real-life Georgia fans who were at the, it was the Peach Bowl they were playing at? No, it was the Sugar Bowl. Here we go. Stockton in the gun. He takes the snap. Under pressure, he's hit, and he is sacked by 2 Tennessee defenders. Number 2, the main guy who got there, that is Andre Turrentine, the strong safety, making a strong play there for Tennessee. There was also a big play by Bryson Easton, who's gotten a couple sacks in this tournament. So here we go. 2nd and goal now. Stockton lines everybody up. He sends Branch in motion. Defender running with him. It's a pitch to Delp, and it fails. No! Oh, he lost the ball! He fumbled the ball. It's recovered by Tennessee. One of the worst play calls you will ever see. A tight end pitch or shuttle pass with no fake, no blockers. Tennessee blows it up. There's no review. They get the ball. All they need is a field goal to eliminate Georgia from the tournament. Aguilar fakes the handoff. Wants to throw. He does. It's a short little pass to Mike Matthews. But honestly, all they got to do is just hold on to the football here. I cannot believe Georgia just made that call. That's one of the worst play calls you could possibly pull there. I can't believe that. Aguilar in the gun. Sends Kitzelman in motion for extra blocking. They're going to hand it off to Bishop. Bishop to the 20. He pushes forward to make it 3rd and 3. He has 121 rushing yards today. It's one of the best games we've seen in weeks from a running back. 3rd and 3. But now, honestly, your priority is just lining his kick up in the middle. You can win this game with a field goal. You don't need anything else. Max Gilbert has been so clutch for you all year. Aguilar throws short. Can be caught for a first down. And they can keep on pushing. We're going to check Max Gilbert's stats real quick. He is, oh, actually, no, he hasn't been that good. 6 of 9 on the year from the field goal. He's made all 11 extra points, though. So he's missed 3 kicks. So maybe you want to try and get the touchdown here to not give the ball to your kicker. They take the handoff. Aguilar open, but he does not gain a single yard. That's number 44 making the tackle for Georgia, but I don't know his name because these rosters updated. So dumb. 2nd and 10. Aguilar lines everybody up from the 14-yard line. They still have the ball in the middle of the 2 hashes. He's going to hand it off to Bishop on the outside of the 15 to the 10. He tries to come back inside, and he picks up 5. But it does move the ball to the right hash. If we get an incomplete pass here, they will have to make a short kick from one of the hashes. That is a very low percentage kick in Imperialism. So you got to get this back to the center at bare minimum. Aguilar drops back. He's going to wait, throw to the end zone for the win. Oh, the interception is dropped. Dalen Everett had the game in his hands and let it slip through his fingers. That is heartbreaking for Georgia. So much pain for their fans as Max Gilbert sets up. They're icing the kicker once again. Can Tennessee pull off an improbable win to knock off the SEC champions? Here's your moment, Max Gilbert. A 26-yard kick. Snap, hold for the win. The kick is up, and it is good! For Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home for me. Go Rocky Top, woo! Rocky Top in Tennessee. Joey Aguilar, 332 passing yards and 3 scores, leading Tennessee to a double overtime win over the Georgia Bulldogs. What a crazy game. The highest scoring game we've had so far this year. Aguilar conducting the band in the alma mater. You'll love to see it. Tennessee beats Georgia. Let's go to the map. What a massively consequential game that was. Avert your eyes, Georgia, because your territory is orange. You beat up on a lot of smaller teams. You took out a weak Florida State opponent. And your first taste at real SEC football, you failed. Bye-bye. Gonna do this. This is so much border that we gotta get rid of here. We're gonna knock out the Alabama territory there, knocking out Mississippi. Said that in the wrong order. I apologize. There's Georgia. You got most of the Florida borders gone as well. Oh my goodness. Would you look at that? We're going to pop the extra life over here for now. We're just going to go boom. And then we're going to go boom. There we go. Can we make it bigger if we put it over here? I think we can. Really upsize it. It's about as large as we can go. I think we're going to move this down here for Tennessee. And they have quite a large ocean territory now. It must be said. Look at that thing. And now they have the largest territory on the map. I think that goes... It's close. It's very, very close. But I think just based on vibes and the fact that Tennessee has an extra life, we're going to give it to Tennessee. I'll do the measurement later and like change the main menu if we have to, but we're going to give it to Tennessee. Let's go to the wheel and eliminate Georgia. And let's go to stats. What a crazy, crazy game. So glad we got to spectate that one. Joey Aguilar, 21 of 28, a 75% completion percentage against Georgia is so good. 3 touchdowns as well. Gunnar Stockton also had a good game. 326 and 4 touchdowns. Huge game for him. Running the ball, Nate Frazier was shut down, 13 for 48 with 1 touchdown. Cash Jones, 1 for 3. Dylan Bell, 1 for -6. Zachariah Branch, 1 for 3. There's the longs. We go to Tennessee. Deshaun Bishop, also coming up huge, 21 carries for 126 yards and a touchdown. Star Thomas, 5 for 39. Finally showing up. Joey Aguilar, 3 for -5. We go to the receiving game. Mike Matthews, 7 catches, 86 yards. The game-tying touchdown and the first ever successful Hail Mary in Imperialism history. Chris Brazzell, 4 catches, 118 yards. And a huge, 80-yard catch and run. Travis Smith Jr., 3 for 46. Miles Kitzelman, 3 for 36 and a touchdown. Braylon Staley, 3 for 31. Deshaun Bishop, 1 for 15. We go to Georgia. Zachariah Branch, 9 for 87 and 2 touchdowns. Oscar Delp, 7 for 69. Nice. Noah Thomas, 5 for 102 tutties. Dylan Bell, 4 for 56. Nate Frazier, 2 for 14. We go to the defense for Georgia. Not much of it in this game, but they got plenty of TFLs. Elo Mendoza, 2 TFLs, 1 forced fumble. Ellis Robinson, the 4th, 1 TFL, 1 pass breakup. CJ Allen, 1 TFL, 2 pass breakups. Gabe Harris Jr. with 1 TFL. Kristen Miller with 1 and a sack. Jordan Hall with 1 TFL. We go to the interceptions. They didn't have any. Ellis Robinson gets 1. Dalen Everett with a pass breakup. KJ Bolden with 1. I think they're crediting his dropped interception as a pass breakup, which is hilarious. The fumble was not recovered. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to Tennessee. Bryson Easton, 2 TFLs, half a sack, and a pass breakup. Caleb Herring, 1 TFL, and the game-winning forced fumble. Andre Turrentine with 1 TFL, half a sack, and a pass breakup. Jeremiah Talander with 1 TFL. Joshua Josephs, 1-1. Jackson Moy, 1.5. Arian Carter, 1.5. Dominic Bailey, 1 TFL. No interceptions. Jackson Matthews, 1 pass breakup. Andre Turrentine with 1. Boo Carter with 1. Bryson Easton with 1. Caleb Herring with a forced fumble. The recovery goes to Arian Carter, who returned it for 1 yard. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to the kicking game. Peyton Woodring didn't make a field goal, but made 4 extra points. Max Gilbert, oh my God, a 15-point performance from him. Single-handedly keeping the Vols in the game when he absolutely needed to. As we go to the main menu. Oopsie. That was the wrong button. There we go. My God. 13 teams remain. Tennessee still has their extra life. Notre Dame still has their extra life. I'm getting hungry. Let's shuffle. Keep this night going. 3 games remaining unless one of the extra lives gets knocked out. Is it Utah? Is it Kent State finally? It is. We could see the end of the MAC finally tonight. Oh my God. Now here's the thing. They do not border Notre Dame. So if this goes up here, they won't play Notre Dame. It'll just be free going into Lake Erie. They don't have to play at all. The only team they're bordering is Ohio State. So it's either Ohio State or Lake Erie for Kent State. Let's see where they go. And it's going to be... Oh, that's close. I think that's Ohio State, but we're going to have to confirm here. And yeah, that is Ohio State. So we are going to the Horseshoe once again. Let's get it set up. Let's get the lighting right here. I don't have a great light for Ohio State, but this works pretty well. It's Ohio State versus Kent State. Last year, this was a Michigan game where Michigan controlled all the territory and just choked out Kent State. This time it's Ohio State who gets that honor. Here we go. So it'll be the Buckeyes at home. I think this might be their first game at the Shoe all year. There we go. And it's Kent State on the other end. Let's have fun with their uniform, because they got some fun ones. The alternate is absolutely gorgeous. Second alternate is cool. I don't know if we've ever used it. Third alternate, all yellow. Nah. Fourth alternate is very cool. We might go with that. Yeah, I've never seen this one before. I think we're going to go with this guy. Ohio State. Do they have their CFP option here? All gray, the home option. The away option, the second alternate, no. Heritage stripe home. This might mean that we get the cool seats for this. I think we'll go heritage stripe home for Ohio State and see if that makes for an awesome opening presentation. There we go. All right, this should be a very quick episode or game because Ohio State's one of the best teams remaining in the tournament, and they are facing the last remaining team from the MAC. Is it the stripe? I can't really tell from this angle. No, it's not. It's just all red. That's fine. Here comes the eye as the Ohio State Buckeyes jog out, ready to face their opponent. Here comes the dot of the eye, leaning all the way back as Ryan Day gets ready to lead his team out the tunnel. Oh, wait, no, here's the dot of the eye. He turns. There it is. Good for him. Oh my God, the Wizards won a basketball game. Love that for them. Here comes Kent State running out into hostile territory with their Under Armour jerseys. Many of the best players in the country are on this team. Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs, Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, Julian Sayin. Oh, it is the black numbers. I got it right. All right. That's great. So here we go. Kent State will kick off. Ohio State will start with the ball, and this game might not take very long. Carnell Tate with a return. He only gets to the 22-yard line. There's Jeremiah Smith, the cover athlete, a 98 overall with 95 speed. He's just so good. So Julian Sayin gets it started. Wouldn't this be a crazy upset? He's going to hand it off to Bo Jackson, and he gets taken down for a loss. So it's a TFL for the Kent State defense. Mateus Carroll's the guy who gets it. Jackson's slow to get up. And we will go to Super Sim. Can Kent State shock the world at the Horseshoe? The answer to that question is no. No, they can't. Because here comes Ohio State. Kent State trying to keep it close. 10-0. Kent State still can't respond. 17-0 as we go to the fourth quarter. 24-0. All hope is lost. Do they get one more? They don't. 24-0 is your final score. Our second shutout of the episode. And Ohio State is 3-0. They're ringing the victory bell. Players are celebrating. We're going super fast here. They're doing the OHIO. And we go to the map. There we go. And Kent State, you got your first win. That's something. Bye-bye. There we go. Now, does that change Ohio State's positioning? No. No, it does not. So we'll keep the Buckeyes right there. That's a much cleaner territory now for them. And they are... The only bad thing is now they share a huge border with Notre Dame. That's going to be very important later. We're going to go to the wheel. We're going to knock off Kent State. And we're going to go to stats. So it's Julian Sayin, 12 of 21, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kent State's quarterback, 5 of 22 with 2 picks. It was Drew DeShields. Nothing to report. Gavin Garcia, 10 carries for 10 yards. Drew DeShields, 7 for 31 with 2 broken tackles. Ohio State on the other end, Bo Jackson, 13 carries for 50 yards, 1 tutty. James Peoples, 11 for 26. Julian Sayin, 9 for 0. Brandon Innes, 1 for 2. Here are the longs for Ohio State. We go to their receiving options. Jeremiah Smith, 5 catches, 54 yards, 2 tutties. Brandon Innes, 2 for 23. Max Clare, 2 for 18. Bo Jackson, 1 for 3. Bryson Rogers, 1 for 6. Carnell Tate, 1 for 29. We go to Kent State. Cade Wolford, 2 for 12. Hunter Hopperton, 1 for 8. Deshaun Martin, 1 for 11. Derelis Clark, 1 for 15. And we're not even going to mention Wayne Harris. The defense for Kent State, they got quite a few tackles for loss. Antoine Campbell Jr. with 3.5 a sack. Mason Maddox with 2. Thomas Aiden with 2. Mateus Carroll, 2 with 1 sack. Dwayne Gissendanner, 1 TFL, half a sack, and he got hurt. No interceptions. 1 pass breakup for Nylan Brown. Thomas Aiden forced a fumble. They did not recover. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns as we go to Ohio State. Edric Houston with 4 TFLs and 2 sacks. Caden Curry, 2 TFLs and 1 sack. Arvell Reese with 1 TFL. Sonny Styles with 1 and 1. The interceptions go to Malik Hartford with 1. Davison Igbenasson also gets 1. No pass breakups, no forced fumbles, no blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to the kicking game. Jaden Fielding with 1 made field goal. He did miss a field goal, but hit a 52-yarder. It's a 6-point performance. Will Rishko with absolutely nothing. As we return to the main menu. As of right now, we only have 2 games left tonight. Let's shuffle this wheel. So few teams left. Here we go. Haven't gone to Florida in a while, and we're not going to do that here because we're going back out west. It's Oregon. They've skipped a couple times, and they certainly could skip again here. They've got Utah and BYU as their only options besides just jumping into the Pacific Ocean. Let's center this right on the O and see where they're headed. They will not play. That's going to go straight onto the Pacific Ocean. Oregon skips once again. We go back to the wheel. We shuffle, and we go again. Is it Miami? Yes, it is. So the Hurricanes, they love skipping, and they have another great shot doing so here. The only team they border is UCF. Let's see if Miami will finally play again. We're going to center it right on their logo. Actually, no, we can't really see UCF from that angle, so we're just going to go like this. Nope. That's another skip. So Miami, once again, avoids playing. We shuffle and we go again. For Utah, yes it is. Utah also has a penchant for skipping. They picked up the state of Montana the last time they played. Also, by the way, crazy FCS championship last night. Look up the highlights between Illinois State and Montana State. Bonkers ending. So this could be Oregon, could be BYU, could be Arizona State, or they could pick up North Dakota. Or they just jump straight into Canada. Let's see where the arrow will send the Utah Utes. We're putting it right in the middle of their territory. Here we go. That's very close. I think we're going to have to double check where the center is. Yeah, we're going to put it right there. And I think we can measure this with the pennant from right here. Go, and that is going to be another expansion for the Utes. They will pick up North Dakota, which gives them a territory with Notre Dame. I'm not sure if they like this result. There we go. The private equity school continues to expand. There we go. And there's only 2 states left to grab. It's New Hampshire and Maine up north for Ohio State. So still 12 teams left. We're going to shuffle and spin again. A quarter of this wheel is Florida teams, and yet we're going back to Tennessee. Unreal. The Vols get to use their giant Atlantic Ocean territory for the first time here. They're bordering Florida, Arizona State, Texas State, Illinois, Notre Dame, and Ohio State. Most of the teams remaining on the map are bordering Tennessee in some capacity. Let's get out this arrow and see where the Vols are headed. That's going to be directly north, and that is Illinois. That's a low percentage matchup. The Illini do not like that, but Tennessee's going to have to play for the 3rd time this episode against a very talented Big Ten opponent. Let's set up the lighting. There it is. Let's get it set up. So there's Illinois. There's Tennessee playing once again. This is their 7th game of the tournament. Okay. We're going to go with the Tennessee uniform that we haven't seen yet in this tournament, the Volunteer Spirit alternate uniform. Gray against Navy. It's different enough. It's fine. Two very evenly matched teams. This is going to be a very fun game. Here we go. Oh, also, because Kent State's gone, Texas State is the only remaining Group of 5 team. If you watched the marathon last year, you'll know that Texas State made it all the way to the national championship of that. Could they somehow pull that off in season-long Imperialism? It would be incredibly impressive if they do. And it's not just because they have a great spot on the map, although they do. They also beat Arizona State in order to maintain their spot. They took away Arizona State's extra life as soon as they got it. I'm also shocked that the Sun Devils haven't played as long as they have with the size of the territory that they control. So Illinois will get the ball first against a red-hot Tennessee side. So there goes the kickoff. We are underway in Champaign. The return is going to go out to the 18-yard line as Luke Altmaier gets things set up for the Fighting Illini. Can Tennessee's defense lock down and get a quick victory to expand their territory, be the last orange team on the map besides Miami? We'll see if that happens. Altmaier on 1st and 10. Waits, throws it short. It's going to be caught out of bounds, and that only gains 1 yard, which will take us right to Super Sim. Let's see how Illinois can handle themselves against a very talented Tennessee squad. They punt. Illinois' defense gets a stop. It's 3-0. Illinois keeping it close as we go to halftime. It's 7-3. Illinois has the lead. Uh-oh. Tennessee tries to respond. They can't. We go to the 4th quarter and stop. 4:22 to go. We're going to jump straight in. I just got to get the rosters ready. One moment here. There we go. All right, we're going to watch the end of this. 2nd and 9. Illinois is deep in their own territory, basically exactly where they started the opening drive. Except now they have to try and run the clock and eliminate Tennessee's extra life. This could be a pretty huge upset here. Altmaier drops back, throws deep. It's going to be caught, but short of the first down. The clock will continue to run here. Luke Altmaier just barely over 100 yards passing today. Not a good game for him. But it's 3rd and 1 here. It all comes down to this. 3:40 to go. They're not going to clock. Kind of surprised by that. Altmaier hands it off. Can he get to the first down? No. He is shoved back. Aiden Lafferty can't get there. Tennessee's defense comes up with a stop. They will not call a timeout. And now they're going to have about 2 minutes and 45 seconds with all 3 timeouts to drive and tie this game at 10 to potentially send it to overtime. There goes the kick. It's going to be returned from the 30, and he doesn't get much further than that. So here comes Joey Aguilar and the Tennessee Volunteers. It's not a super high-pressure situation considering their extra life, but they want to keep that thing if they can. Deep ball is knocked away. Mike Matthews had to play defense there because Illinois was angling for an interception that could have ended the game. .251 to go now. Aguilar lines everybody up again. I don't think they like these uniforms. We probably won't use them again for the Vols. There's going to be a toss out to Kitzelman. He can't get anything. It's 3rd and 9. Joey Aguilar, after 330 yards last game, he only has 75 today. Illinois' defense has completely clamped down. Aguilar on 3rd and 9. He drops back. He waits, throws for the first down. It's picked off. It's intercepted by Illinois, the 40 to the 35, down to the 27-yard line. And this game is all but over. Number 17 for Illinois. We're going to see his name in a second because it's not on the roster, because of course it isn't. But that is a massive interception on Joey Aguilar, his second pick of the game. And it goes to Gabe Jacas. Jacas. I don't know what the pronunciation is. First pick of the night for him. Illinois takes over in field goal range. And all they got to do is run the clock. There's the handoff to Laffrey, and he is dropped for no gain there. He has 8 carries for 8 yards. There's been basically no offense in this game, as Tennessee calls their first timeout. There's not much they can do. They're going to go down 10 unless Illinois misses the kick. Altmaier hands it off to Laffrey. Laffrey gets a little bit of space that time to make it 3rd and short. Tennessee calls their second timeout. It's 3rd and 7 here. I think you got to go with the run again. Knock out their timeouts completely. You know how dangerous this team is. You can't give them any chance. Altmaier's going to throw the ball on 3rd down. He waits. He throws. It's going to be caught for a first down. And that is essentially your ball game. Illinois is not playing around. They're not going to take any risk of missing a field goal or relying on their kicker. They're just going to run this clock down and win this ball game to eliminate Tennessee's extra life. Altmaier drops back, throws short, going to be caught, and that'll go into the end zone for a last-minute touchdown for Illinois. That's Tanner Arkin, the tight end, making it happen. Can we go to Super Sim here? We cannot. We got to wait for the replay. Tanner Arkin gets open. They've opened up a 2-possession lead against the Volunteers. 3 guys were there. None of them could make the stop. And I think just because of Tennessee's reputation with how unbelievable they've been in late game situations so far, we are going to watch it here just to have some fun. Kick is up and good. 17-3 with 2:03 to play. And Joey Aguilar, who's done absolutely nothing in this game so far, needs a full-on several miracles to keep Tennessee in this ballgame. Here comes the return to the 5, the 10, the 15, and he only gets the 16 or 17-yard line. As Joey Aguilar initiates this do-or-die drive for Tennessee. Drops back, throws it short, going to be caught for absolutely nothing to Kitzelman, and that'll knock 15 seconds off the clock just like that. They don't seem particularly interested in winning this game. I'm going to be honest with you. 1:40 to go. No press coverage for Illinois. Aguilar throws short, going to be dropped. And that'll save a little bit of time, even though it doesn't really mean much for this team. Last chance for Tennessee. Aguilar throws off target, incomplete, 4th and 8. They'll go for it, but I don't like their odds. Illinois is putting the entire map on notice with only 12 teams to go. Aguilar drops back. He waits. He's going to throw deep. It's going to be caught, but short of the first down. And that will wrap it up. Here comes the kneel down. Luke Altmaier takes the knee. It's a defensive slugfest, but Illinois comes out on top. Tennessee, they won 5 games to get to this moment. They beat Georgia to get to this moment. So all they lose is their extra life, but they would have loved to keep that for either Ohio State or Notre Dame. But instead, they lose it to Illinois because Joey Aguilar forgot to show up. It's that simple. We'll take a look at the replay of the game-sealing touchdown there to Tanner Arkin. As the players celebrate, they sing the alma mater. And we return once again to the map. All we got to do is knock out the extra life. Go back over here. And do that. Let's go to stats. Luke Altmaier, 142 and 2 touchdowns. Joey Aguilar, awful. 9 of 26 for 77 yards, 2 scores. Running the ball, Deshaun Bishop, huge game, 21 carries, 105 yards, but he also fumbled the ball. Star Thomas added 43 rushing yards. We go to Illinois, Aiden Lafferty. They had no rushing attack, and they still won. That is so rare to see. Good receiving, Colin Dixon, 4 catches for 30 yards. Hudson Clement, 54 yards. Tanner Arkin, 3 for 30 and a touchdown. Aiden Lafferty, 1 for 3. Cole Rusk, 1 for 12. Hank Beatty, 1 for 13 and a tutty. Tennessee, Chris Brazell, 3 for 39. Miles Kitzelman, 2 for 3. Mike Matthews, 2 for 11. Braylon Staley, 1 for 11. Travis Smith Jr., 1 for 13. As we go to the defense. Bryson Easton, 2 and 1. Arion Carter with 2. David Hobbs with 1. 1 and 1 for Joshua Josephs. Jackson Moy with 1. Only 1 pass breakup. It goes to Ricky Gibson III. No forced fumbles. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to Illinois. Only 3 TFLs for them as a team. Tamiwa Durajaya with 1.5 a sack. 1 and 1 for Gabe Jackas. He also had the game-winning interception with 16 return yards. Demetrius John, 1 TFL with half a sack. The other pick goes to Caleb Patterson, who also added a pass breakup. Dylan Rosiak with 2. Vernon Woodward with 1. Xavier Scott with 1. Miles Scott with 1. Kurt Neal with a forced fumble. He also recovered it and returned it 2 yards. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to the kicking game. David Alano, 1 made field goal and 2 made extra points. Max Gilbert, another made kick for him, but couldn't do much because the offense was stuck in place the entire night. So we're still at 12 teams. We shuffle and go again. Is it Arizona State? No, it's Utah. So the Sun Devils avoid playing for now, but they do share a huge border with the Utes. And now the Utes have nowhere else to expand. So it's either Canada, Oregon, BYU, Arizona State, or Notre Dame. Let's see where the arrow will send them. That's going to be due east. The question is whether that's Canada, Arizona State, or Notre Dame. We're going to have to zoom in quite a bit here to find out. A little bit out. Hold on. We're going to put this right on the center. And I can't see the Arizona State territory. Zoom in a little bit more. Position it like that. There's the center. Oh, it's close. It's very, very close. Move it up. And that just barely avoids the Arizona State territory, which means this is going to be a very consequential game, just like all of them are right now. It's Utah versus Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish could lose their extra life here in the top 12. Let's get it set up. Let's get the lighting right. That doesn't feel right, but I don't have a better one. Like, I could try. Yeah, I can't make it any better than that. It's going to have to be the look for Notre Dame. Here we go. the other side. You've got the Utah Utes. It's a very evenly matched game. We're going to go home uniform and home uniform as well. Okay. So we are underway. This game will potentially decide what our top 11 is. Notre Dame, who again feels so bad. They have so much pain in their gluteus maximus that they got left out of the college football playoff. But here they are in the top 12 of season-long Imperialism for the first time ever. Can they defend their territory and their extra life against one of the best teams in the Big 12? Marcus Freeman and the Fighting Irish getting ready to run out here, playing their famous fight song as Spencer Fano, Logan Fano, and the very talented Utah Utes jog out. This is going to be a fun one tonight. Getting so many fantastic matchups here, by the way. There goes the kick. And they're going to kneel that. Very smart play there by Jadarian Price. As Jeremiah Love and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish trot out, ready for another shot at an Imperialism win. CJ Carr lining things up for Notre Dame. He's going to hand off to Jeremiah Love, and Love breaks through on his opening carry and picks up 4 yards. And that'll take us to Super Sim. Can Utah stand up to Notre Dame? The answer is yes. It's 7-0. Utah trying to knock them out. Notre Dame still can't respond. It's 10-0. They still can't put any points on the board. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Utah trying to make this insurmountable. It's 13-0, 13-7. Stop. Let's go one play at a time and just, oopsie. Jump down to around 4 minutes remaining. There we go. 3:56 to go. Utah has the ball on 3rd and 6. We're going to have to pull the rosters here. Utah versus Notre Dame going down to the wire. Utah near midfield. They need a first down to really put the pressure on Notre Dame. We're going to pull up their roster here. Quarterback drops back, waits under pressure, throws deep. That is an incredible jumping catch by number 9. Devin Dampier with the throw. And suddenly, Utah is in field goal range with a chance to make it a 2-possession game against Notre Dame. Could we lose the other extra life that we earned in this episode? That is the one thing about this season of Imperialism. These extra lives do not stay around for very long. Dampier's running clock as much as he pleases. He's going to hand it off to the running back on the outside. Number 1 gets stuffed on that play. That's Wayshawn Parker with the carry, but not going anywhere. Notre Dame calls their first timeout, but they don't have a very good shot at this. Dampier hands off to Parker again, and number 34 is there for the tackle again. That's Drake Bowen, the very talented middle linebacker for Notre Dame. It'll be 3rd and 9 for Utah. Notre Dame using up all their timeouts. They need to save as much time as possible if they're going to go down by 9. Quick screen outside. Can he break a couple tackles? No. Notre Dame shuts it down. They use all 3 timeouts, and now it'll be a relatively short kick from the left hash for Utah's kicker, whose name is Dylan Curtis. No, oh my God, they're going for it. This is a crazy decision. Devin Dampier drops back and forth in 5. He looks to run. He avoids the rush. Throws short. It's going to be caught for a first down, and that essentially is going to end the game. What a decision from the outgoing head coach, Kyle Whittingham, to go for it on 4th and 5 and completely eliminate Notre Dame's extra life. Because now they can take this clock all the way down to around 40 seconds before Notre Dame will get it back. There's the toss. Will Notre Dame let them score? The answer is no. They'll get another tackle for loss there as number 27. Or it might have been Jason Anye making the tackle there for the Fighting Irish. 2 minutes to go. The fans have basically given up, but they're all still there cheering on. Dampier sends a man in motion. He's going to fake the handoff. Throw. Short. Caught. Taken down by Drake Bowen, which will bring up 3rd and goal for Utah here. And there's no good options for Notre Dame. They're going up 2 scores either way. Dampier sends a man in motion, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, wants to go to the end zone. He's hit and sacked. Donovan Heinisch with his 2nd sack of the game. It doesn't really matter at this point. But it's going to be a 34-yard field goal to win this game. If he misses it, Notre Dame has a great shot of going down the field. But if he makes it, then Utah has essentially won. Here's the kick from their true freshman kicker. It's Dylan Curtis to win the game with 40 seconds to go. Snap, hold, kick on the way is good. It's 16-7, and we are going to take this thing to Super Sim as soon as we can. I think we have to watch the kickoff first by rule. It's a good kick. Let's see how close it was to missing. Straight down the middle. Easy, easy kick for Dylan Curtis. It'll send this kickoff into the air. 34 seconds to go. Notre Dame down by 9. And essentially out of hope unless they can return this kick for a touchdown. Which they do not. We have to watch one more play here. CJ Carr drops back. Waiting. Using all the time he can. Finally launches. Out of bounds. Nobody there. 2nd and 10. And we can just go Super Sim now. And there it is. The Utah Utes have knocked off Notre Dame's extra life, which means this is going to be a 10-game episode. I am so hungry, you guys. Like, I bought a bag of chips thinking this wasn't going to take that long, but I am so hungry. There was the game-winning throw to really seal this game up. As the Utes celebrate on the road, we make another very simple change to the map here. Notre Dame, you're starting to get shown up here. I hate to say it. There goes your extra life. We also eliminate it from the wheel there. And now we go to stats. Okay, CJ Carr, 11 of 30 for 169. No touchdowns, no picks. Bad game. Devin Dampier also wasn't great. Wayshawn Parker, 15 carries, 71 yards. Devin Dampier, 13 for 61 and a touchdown. That touchdown ended up being the difference in this ball game, along with 66. Oh, my God. Crazy run for him. As we go to Notre Dame, Jeremiah Love was bad. 11 for 46 and a touchdown. Eli Raridan, 4 for 40. Jordan Faison, 3 for 59. Malachi Fields, 2 for 37. Jaden Greathouse, 2 for 37. Tobias Merriweather, 5 catches for 77 yards. Ryan Davis, 4 for 55. Wayshawn Parker with 12. Otto Tia with 39. Dallin Bentley 1 for -1. Bryce Duke 1 for 3. We go to the defense. John Henry Daly, 3 TFLs, 1 sack. He's had a huge tournament. Landon Barton, 2 TFLs and 1 forced fumble. Rabbit Evans, 1.5. Logan Fano, 1.5. No interceptions. Smith Snowden with 2 pass breakups. Jackson Benny adds 1. The fumble was not recovered. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to Notre Dame's impressive defense. Kingston Viliamu Asa with 2 tackles for loss. Donovan Hines 2 and 2. Joshua Burnham 1 and 1. Drake Bowen 1 with 1 pass breakup. Jared Dawson 1 and 1. Carson Hobbs 1.5. Jordan Botelho 1.5. The interception went to Tay Johnson with a 15-yard return. Drake Bowen with a pass breakup. No forced fumbles, no blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. The kicking game, Noah Burnett with 1 made extra point. Utah, Dylan Curtis 3 of 4 on the day with 1 made extra point. He was 100% the difference in this ball game. And now we're finally down to our last 2 games of the night. Unless, of course, somebody else earns an extra life. Please, God, no. We're going to shuffle. Get this going once again. Is it Florida? Yes, it is. We don't see them on the wheel very often, but now there's only 12 teams left. They can't really avoid much else. And because Tennessee controls all this territory, there's a couple fewer places for Florida to go. Because that entire upper section is Tennessee. They've got UCF to the south. Or they can just skip out entirely. Let's see if the Gators will play. That's going to be due north. And the Volunteers have to play again. And now they're in danger because this is another SEC battle. Is this the SEC championship? It is. There's no other SEC teams left. Whoever wins this will be the SEC champion of Imperialism. Let's get it set up. And get the lights back to orange once again. There we go. Tennessee playing at home yet again, taking on the Florida Gators in the 3rd Saturday in September. I think we'll go with classic home orange for Tennessee. And we'll go with the classic home uniform for Florida. Well, is there anything else we can do? There we go. We're going to go all blue because Tennessee's wearing blue pants. Or white pants. There we go. All right. The SEC championship game. Here we go. This is also the last traditional home game of the tournament. And we return once again to Neyland Stadium. This is the 8th game played for the Tennessee Volunteers. And it's another SEC matchup. They already beat Georgia. And now they have to take down Florida if they want to survive. Because otherwise, the Gators will take over the largest territory on the map. Another huge game that will decide a lot going forward in this tournament. As Tennessee rolls out in the tee. And DJ Lagway and the Florida Gators. Lagway is transferring out of this program. But he has one last hurrah for the Gators where he won a kickoff invitational championship in Imperialism for Florida. We'll pull up Tennessee's roster once again. Florida will get the ball first here. They'll return the kickoff to the 10, the 15, the 20, and he doesn't get much further. So here comes DJ Lagway, the highly touted recruit who's been a disappointment in real life but has lived up to the billing in Imperialism. Florida's only played once this year. They lost to Georgia, I think. Here we go. Lagway hands it off. It's a great run on the opening play to Baugh. And Jaden Baugh rolls for 13 yards, and that will take us to Super Sim here. Florida takes the lead. Oh, my God. Tennessee responds at 7-7. 14-7. Florida keeping the lead. It's 14-10. Tennessee trying to keep it close to the end of their field goal or a touchdown. And they take the lead and stop. I let the clock run too far there. My apologies. But we're here now. 2nd and 1 from the 2. Tennessee can put the game away for good right here with a touchdown. They've come back from down 14-7. 10 unanswered points. And they can make that 17 right here. Joey Aguilar from the 2.5-yard line. He takes the snap, hands it off to Bishop. Bishop walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers. And they have Florida on life support. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. It's an easy score for the Vols, and this is really increasing the odds that I might go to a Tennessee game next year. Because they love their football down there. I would love to see Neyland in person. If the budget is right, I'm trying to go to one SEC game next year. There goes the kick. It is good. 24-14 is the score now. Tennessee trying to put away the Gators to earn their 7th victory of Imperialism, becoming only the 2nd team of this tournament to get that many. The first, of course, was the team they beat, the James Madison Dukes. It's a good return for Baugh out to the 25-yard line, and Florida has to go fast. And if possible, they can't use their timeouts. If they can score in the next 39 seconds, that would be golden. Lagway hands it off on the opening play to Baugh, who has some space to the 35-40. He jukes outside. He cannot get out of bounds, but it's a fantastic opening run. The clock will run because we are not at the 2-minute timeout yet. But that's a great way to start. Florida's already at the 40. And now, if I was them, I would set up some press coverage or just launch the ball deep to one of your super fast wide receivers. See if you can get a super fast touchdown here before the 2-minute timeout. Lagway in the empty set. It looks like that might be the plan. He drops back, waits, wants to throw deep. He does throw deep. That pass is caught down to the 34-yard line, and that will take us to the 2-minute timeout. And honestly, they might not have to do an onside kick if they score quick enough. All depends on what plays they choose and how the Tennessee defense chooses to play this. Lagway in the gun. He sends ball in motion. He waits. He's got ball on the outside. Throws short instead to Eugene Wilson, who cannot get the first down. They're not going to call their timeout, so that's going to knock another 20 seconds off the clock here. They essentially have to start throwing to the end zone now. They don't have any more time to play this conservatively. Lagway got banged up at the end of that play. We have gone over 2 hours once again. He drops back. He waits. He's got to throw to the end zone. It's a floater. Does he have a man there? The pass is dropped. He was looking for his tight end, Hayden Hansen, but Hansen couldn't make the catch. It'll be 3rd and 2 with 1:28 to go. It does stop the clock, but you've got to go for another floater to the end zone. Tennessee already completed a Hail Mary in this stadium. Maybe you can get one. Lagway on 3rd and 2. Wants to go deep. He compromises and throws short. It'll be a first down, and that'll stop the clock briefly with 1:21 to go. And now I think it comes down to an onside kick. You can't give him the ball back with only 2 timeouts. $1:14 to go. Lagway waits. Under pressure, going to roll the outside, throwing short and short of the first down. And they will call their first time out. Yeah, they're relying on the onside kick now. I don't know if we've ever seen a recovered onside kick in Imperialism. Lagway with 9 yards away from the end zone. He waits, throws short, going to be caught for the touchdown. So they have a minute on the clock and one timeout. They have to go for the onside kick. That's Vernell Brown III, the true freshman, making the catch and making this a 3-point game with 1:02 to go. It was a good route. They used more time than they had to, but they will get to the onside kick, and they'll have a chance in this ball game, which is all you can ask for in a road environment for the SEC championship. And we'll see if they can make the extra point here to make this a 3-point ball game. Snap, hold, kick is good. So here's the most important play of the season for Florida. They won the kickoff invitational by beating Oregon twice, among other opponents. They had an extra life to start this tournament. They lost it. And now it all comes down to this. The onside kick is recovered. There's no fumble. Tennessee's got the ball. Florida only has one timeout. I don't think they're going to use it. Joey Aguilar is going to take the knee, and the Tennessee Volunteers have won the SEC in Imperialism. What a victory for them. They're 7th of the tournament, and they are here to stay. The third Saturday in September, played on the second Tuesday in January. It goes the Volunteers' way. Here's the game-winning touchdown by Deshaun Bishop, who walks straight into the end zone to give Tennessee an SEC crown Imperialism. That's a huge accomplishment. Massive, massive accomplishment. Decided very early in this tournament as we go to the map. Here we go. Florida. You survived a while because of your map positioning, but you didn't get a single win. You're the last winless team to be eliminated in the tournament. It's pretty fitting for how your season went. Bye-bye. There we go. And I don't think that affects Tennessee's logo placement whatsoever, unless we can put it like right here. They can make it bigger. Barely. We just go. Hold on. Zoom in. There we go. We have to move it to wherever it's the biggest. And now they got a decent shot of playing UCF later on because of how we've moved this logo around. Let's go over to the wheel and knock off Florida as we're down to the top 11. Let's go to stats. Joey Aguilar only completed 8 passes again. It was the run game that took him all the way. 105 passing yards, 1 touchdown. DJ Lagway, 19 of 35, 227, 2 touchdowns, but a very bad interception. Go to the running game. Jaden Ball, 9 carries for 65 yards. They should have used him more. 1 score. DJ Lagway, 8 carries for only 1 yard, along with 15 for Jaden Ball. Deshaun Bishop, quickly becoming the best running back of this tournament. 21 carries, 133 yards, and a touchdown. Star Thomas complimenting him, 11 for 59. Joey Aguilar, 2 for only 1. There's the longs for both of them as we go to the receivers. Braylon Staley, 3 for 59 and a touchdown. Star Thomas, 2 for 12. Chris Brazel, 2 for 18. Mike Matthews, 1 for 16. Florida, Eugene Wilson III, 5 for 38. Vernell Brown III, 5 for 60 and a tutty. Hayden Hansen, 4 for 81 and a tutty. Jaden Ball, 2 for 10. Tony Livingston, 2 for 23. J. Michael Sturdivant, 1 for 15. We go to the defense. Lagonze Hayward with the only tackle for loss. The offensive line for Tennessee playing out of their mind on this run for them. Only 1 pass breakup. It's Tyreek Sapp. No forced fumbles. awful game from Florida's defense. It has to be said. No impact plays from them. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, Jackson Moy, 2 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. Andre Turntime with a massive interception. 2 pass breakups for Jeremiah Talander, 2 for Ricky Gibson, 1 for Idris Farouk, 1 for Arion Carter, 1 forced fumble for Jackson Matthews. Nobody recovered it. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to the kicking game. Max Gilbert, another miss. That's definitely something to track for the rest of this tournament. But he did make all 3 of his extra points for a 6-point performance. Trace Mack made 3 extra points. That's all you can say. As we go to the main menu. And back to the wheel. For the last time tonight, we are done with the home environments as we shuffle again and decide who will be the last team eliminated before the top 10. Here we go. Utah has been spun once again. They've already skipped once tonight, and they played against Notre Dame, knocking out their extra life. They've got 5 different options here. This could decide the largest territory on the map if they go to Arizona State. Here we go. That's going to be straight up, and that is Canada. So Utah will not play. It's their second skip of the episode as we shuffle and go again. Is it Utah? You've got to be kidding me. It's Utah, man. Oh my God. Horrible luck for the Utes. They've now been landed on 4 times in this episode. Exact same circumstances. Let's pull up the arrow. Get it to a slightly better vantage point so we can actually see Utah's territory. And here we go. And this time they will play. It is due south. And that is the Holy War. Oh my God. I mean, it's such a huge rivalry. And BYU's been playing so well. But I had a plan for this game. And I'm going to stick to it. Let's get it set up. We're going to change the lighting to match BYU. There we go. But my plan was only ever going to end one way for this tournament. It's going to be BYU at home. Utah on the road. Let's get the uniforms right. It's home for BYU. And we'll go home for Utah as well. But this will not be played in Provo or wherever the University of Utah is. I don't actually know. No. This will be in a very special environment. We are going to the Pop-Tarts Bowl, baby! It's absolute chaos. The best bowl of the bowl season. It's Pop-Tarts time, baby. Let's go. Holy War in Florida. Utah versus BYU to decide the final spot in the top 10. And to also decide which of those delectable Pop-Tarts will go into the toaster. Oh, he's loving it. There go all the pyrotechnics. I can't believe he's standing on that while the pyrotechnics are going off. That has to be so dangerous for a very flammable costume. What were they thinking? Anyway, here come the Cougars. They've won a couple games. Utah's won a couple games. I don't think either of them are playing for an extra life, though. Double check. No, they both won 3 games so far. As we get started here in the Pop-Tarts Bowl, the biggest stage in college football outside of the playoff itself. The Utes mascot is... That's a fun mascot. The Pop-Tarts mascot is loving it. I love the environment, man. How can you say no to the Pop-Tarts Bowl? How? Like, if you don't like the Pop-Tarts Bowl, you don't like the United States of America. And I'm not a huge fan of the U.S., but I love me some Pop-Tarts Bowl. Here comes the kick. We're at 2 hours and 15 minutes of stream. I'm getting so tired. This is our last game of the night. There's the tackle on the opening kickoff. And it'll be Devin Dampier and the Utah offense getting started against a very talented BYU defense. Dampier lines everybody up. He hands it off. It's going to be a good run on the opening play. Picking up 7 yards there. And it hurts me to go super sim, but we're not watching that game all the way through, man. Come on. Let's see who wins the Holy War. BYU gets the opening drive touchdown. Utah trying to respond. They can. It's 7-7, 10-7 now. Utah trying to respond. They do. It's 14-10. We're getting a high-scoring, entertaining battle in the Pop-Tarts Bowl, just as it should be. And stop. Got it exactly right. 4:09 to go. Utah has the ball on the 6-yard line, looking to make this a 10-point game to really put Utah on the back foot and to give BYU one of the biggest territories on the map as we get down to the top 10. Bachmeier hands it off. No, he's going to keep it himself, and he is dropped to make it 2nd and goal. We got to pull up the rosters now. Got to go as fast as we possibly can. Shoot. There's Utah. And on the other side, we got BYU. Here we go. Bachmeier in the shotgun. He takes the snap, hands it off this time to LJ Martin, and he is dropped. He has 100 yards rushing today, but he didn't get many there. 3rd and goal from the 5. Utah trying to keep this a 6-point game desperately, because then they'll get the ball back with a chance to take the lead with only about 2.5 minutes to go, because BYU's chewing clock. Bachmeier will throw on 3rd and goal, throws to the end zone, touchdown, and things just got a lot harder for Utah. Number 11 makes the catch for the Cougars. It's Parker Kingston finding some space in the end zone to give BYU a 10-point lead. It looks just like the SEC championship. This is not the Big 12 championship because Arizona State and UCF are still kicking it. But nobody covered him. They never had a man on him. BYU, they also just barely missed the college football playoff, and now they find themselves in the top 11 here, facing a very good Utah team owned by private equity. But that private equity is about to abandon you, Utah, unless you can pull off a miracle. Snap, hold, kick is good. And yeah, you got to score in the next 47 seconds. Try and maintain your timeouts so you can do a normal kickoff. Try and use your timeouts and get the ball back only down by 3. Or you can get in range super fast, kick the field goal, and then get the ball back, or kick the ball off with enough time remaining. They're going to return this kick for some reason. Bad return, only to the 12. As Devin Dampier gets it started. It's an awful run. A loss of 5 on 1st down. That's going to knock 20 seconds off the clock. Terrible play call. It's the first ever 10-game episode in Imperialism history, excluding the marathons, of course. Dampier drops back, waits, throws long. It's going to be dropped. Oh, my God. Utah just choking this game away. And they don't have an extra life to boot. BYU is about to introduce a lot of blue into this map very late. And they'll 4 wins. They'll be on the cusp of an extra life when it comes to their next battle. Dampier hands it off. And why would they run it on 3rd and 15? What in God's name are you doing? Have they given up? It's certainly a possibility. He got tackled out of bounds. And I think you have to go for it here, but then the game will be over. Yep, here it is, 4th and 10. Season on the line for Utah. This is not how they wanted this to end. Dampier drops back. Going to try and throw it. Desperation. Last play. It is caught. Ridiculous catch. I believe that was number 4 making the catch. Or number 3, Nate Johnson getting it for Utah. And with 2 minutes to go, they're at the 42-yard line. They just got to get into field goal range and kick the field goal. That is your best option right here. Dampier going to hand it off again. Naquari Rogers gets absolutely nowhere. It's their 3rd string running back. I don't understand. Because they're not calling a timeout. This is like John Harbaugh level game management. I'm sorry, man. 1:37 to go. Dampier floats it. It is dropped. Number 16 with a great defensive play for BYU. That's Isaiah Glasker knocking the ball out of his hands. 3rd and 12 now. 1:34 to go. Dampier in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He's waiting. He's going to throw deep. It's going to be caught for a first down by number 9. Number 9. I don't know who number 9 is because he's not on the roster. But it's a big-time first down. The clock does stop because they're going to call their timeout. And honestly, they're playing for the onside kick now. 44 yards away from pay dirt. Dampier waits, throws short. Going to be caught short. They will not call the timeout, so another 15 seconds come off. And honestly, this is the 52-yard kick from here. Just bring the kicker out now. You've got to try and save time and your timeouts if you can. Nope, they're going to keep driving. Okay, that's fine, I guess. You've made worse decisions. Dampier throws shorts, another first down, number 5. And they'll call another timeout. 59 seconds to go now. We're at 2:21. Dampier waits, throws deep. It's going to be caught for another Utah first down. They're going to save that last timeout because the clock will stop as they reset the chains. 1st and 10 from the 13. I'm just not getting too excited because I know the onside kick is coming. And yes, it's the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Yes, I should be excited, but I'm mainly excited for that mascot moment at the very end. 40 seconds to play. Dampier drops back. Under pressure, throws short, going to be caught, but short of the first down. They're going to call their last timeout as Tobias Merriweather makes the catch for Utah. 36 seconds to go. They're 8 yards away from pay dirt. Dampier throws short, caught. Does he get to the touchdown? Yes, he does. That's number 5 making the catch for the Utes. Got to make it a 3-point game just like Florida did against Tennessee in the last game we watched. That was Otto Tia making the catch for the Utes. Good little slant route. There was a defender there for BYU trying to end the play, but he could not do so. That was Talon Alfrey trying to make the tackle. So with 33 seconds to go, Utah's going to make this a 3-point game. And then they will try an onside kick to potentially pull off a legendary comeback. It's Dylan Curtis, their freshman. He kicks it. It's good. So now it all comes down to one kickoff. Let's see if they can pull off the first ever onside kick in Imperialism history at the Pop-Tarts Bowl. What better venue than this for history? The kick is up. Bounced over the first guy. BYU makes the catch and does not fumble it. So the BYU Cougars will win the first Pop-Tarts Bowl in season-long Imperialism history. I think we did play one last year. But it's the first one with the proper animations. Bear Bachmeier takes the knee. And BYU gets the win 24-21. They are a serious contender for the national championship because one more win gives them an extra life going into the top 10. There's the sign. The strawberry Pop-Tart getting ready to toss it away. Here we go. As he gets lowered into the toaster. He throws the sign away. Right there. And that is the end. Bear Bachmeier, 189 passing yards, 2 scores. We're not going to get another animation, unfortunately. We will get that, but I would love to see them eat the mascot, considering how that's like, the other part of this, not just the toaster descending. Like, you got to animate them holding pieces of Pop-Tart, No, they're just going to sing with mouthfuls of Pop-Tart as we go to the map for the last time tonight. We're going to eclipse 2.5 hours in this stream. Jesus. There we go. Utah, you got an impressive victory against Notre Dame. You expanded your territory to a huge portion. But that is where your story will end. Bye-bye. There we go. And we're doing this on the right layer. There we go. Let's make this logo big. I think if we put it up here, we can make it the largest it can be. Yeah, right there. Because if we go down here, oh, we can go bigger down here. Hold on. Here we go. We can extend this down. That's a big boy right there for BYU, with access to both of their ocean territories, or their skip borders. As we eliminate Utah from the wheel, we're down to the top 10. Let's go to stats one last time. Bear Bachmeyer, 15 to 22, 189 yards, 2 tutties. Devin Dampier with basically the same stat line, 205 yards and 2 scores. Wayshawn Parker, bad game. Devin Dampier was the leading rusher for Utah, 10 carries for 46 yards, a long of 37. LJ Martin, fantastic game, 12 carries for 101 yards. Sione Moa adding 46 yards and a touchdown. There's the longs. We go to receiving. Cody Hagan, 4 for 42 and a touchdown. Parker Kingston, 3 for 32 and a touchdown. Chase Roberts, 3 for 54. Kian Need, K-I-N Need, I don't know how to pronounce that, 2 for 15. Kian, we'll go with Kian. Carson Ryan, 2 for 41. JoJo Phillips, 1 for 5. We go to Utah. Tobias Merriweather, 6 catches for 49 yards and a touchdown. Otto Tia, 3 for 24 and a score. Ryan Davis, 3 for 59. Dallin Bentley, 3 for 39. Wayshawn Parker, 2 for 25. Drew Clemens, 1 for 9. We go to the defense. John Henry Daly with 2 TFLs and 1 sack in his last game. Rabbit Evans, 1.5. Lander Barton, 1.5 with 2 pass breakups. No interceptions. Lander Barton, the only 2 pass breakups on the day. There we go. I have so much acid reflux today, man. It's not even close. John Taumoepeau with 4 TFLs. Huge game for him. Siale Acera adds 2 more. Tommy Prasas gets 2 of his own. Bodie Schoonover with 2 and 1. Jack Kelly, 2 TFLs, half a sack. Logan Latui adds 1. Keanu Tanabasa goes with 1.5. Evan Johnson with 1 TFL. No interceptions. Isaiah Glasker, Evan Johnson, and Tanner Wall with all of pass breakups. No forced fumbles. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to the kicking game. Will Farron goes 1 for 2 on field goals, but made the one that mattered from 39 yards. Also made 3 extra points. Dylan Curtis did not attempt a field goal. He had 3 extra points. There we go. Let's return to the map one last time because we've got to see our top 10. There it is. Only 10 teams remaining. It's Oregon. It's BYU. It's Arizona State. It's Texas State. Notre Dame, Illinois, Tennessee, UCF, Miami, and Ohio State. If Oregon and Miami somehow make the national championship of Imperialism and the national championship in real life, I would lose my mind. But this is your top 10. No extra lives. Everyone is vulnerable as of right now. This is going to be a very fun top 10. This is how it's going to go. Next Tuesday at 8 p.m., we will do all 8 games leading up to the national championship, getting us all the way down to the top 2. And then on January 19th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, I'll say at 2 p.m., unless there's another time that works for y'all, we will do the Imperialism National Championship. Can't wait to see y'all for these final 2 episodes. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.